Hi, all. Hope you're having a good weekend. I decided I'm not going to get on camera today anymore because it's like I've been up since 1 o'clock in the morning and I look kind of like Quasimodo. So it's like, nope, we're just going to do it this way today. Plus, I have a lot of graphics to show you today, so you wouldn't have to look at my face very much anyway. But I have to be honest with y'all. A couple hours ago, I'd pretty much decided I was done making videos, at least for a while. It almost seems like an effort and futility at this point. I mean, this whole thing to me, has become a three-ring circus without a ringmaster. And I'm getting frustrated with people chasing all these rabbits down dead-end holes, and it's like a lot of people can't see what's right in front of them. Instead of believing what makes sense, they'd rather run off to some new theory that's more exciting or whatever. Yeah, and then you have all these people now, as it gets closer to November 1st, you have all these people now coming out of the woodwork, all these people suddenly stepping forward. Yeah. But if you notice, every one of them that's coming out of the woodwork is propagating the accident scenario. How many of these new voices is coming out saying they suspect Kiely was murdered? If you've seen any, let me know, because I haven't seen any. None of these new ones. All of them are pushing Lindsay's narrative. All right, now, look, I'm not saying that I was giving up. I still plan to stick around and try to ensure that Kiely gets justice. I still remember the dream that I had that I talked about in one of my other videos where I dreamed that she asked me, help me. And in that dream, I promised her that I would. And I plan on keeping that promise. But I have to tell you, I'm getting a little burnt out on all of this, especially since it's become such a cluster. I mean, it's gotten beyond crazy, and too many people are not willing to listen to reason or use good common sense, at least in my view. And a lot of you, my viewers, they're not among that group. Most of the people that comment on my videos are along the same mindset as me. And you've stayed level-headed and you've tried to look at facts instead of chasing phantoms. So, like I said, I was going to make a short video. My original intent, I was going to make a short video saying that I was stepping back for a while. I just felt like it was futile right now. But then I got to thinking about the news that surfaced last night about this father of Nate H., Robert Hambrecht. This very powerful family in the Truckee area. In fact, Robert's father, William, is even a bigger wig and even a more powerful figure. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not. This is something that I read or heard. Somebody posted. I don't even remember where I saw it. So I don't know if this is true or not. But somewhere it said that 78% of the people in Truckee are in, I can't remember if it's a Truckee or Truckee area, that area around there, but 78% of the people believe that Kiely's death was foul play. But they're afraid to come forward and say anything. Now, I think you'll agree with me that someone would have to have a great deal of power to have that kind of sway over people. I mean, there's something or someone they're afraid of that's keeping them from coming forward to tell what they know. And I think that this might be the reason that the parents told their kids not to get involved, to keep their mouths shut. Now, the more I think about this, the more that there is one red flag that just keeps bugging me. It jumped into my head and it won't go away. I have to ask myself, why would the parents tell their kids to keep quiet if it was just an accident? Why would they tell their kids to keep quiet if it was just some random kid that did something? Why would they tell their kids to keep quiet unless it was somebody prominent who was involved? Now think about that logically with me for a minute. Who was it that Kiely was dating right before her death? It was Nate H. Now, who is Nate H? It is Nate Hambrecht, the son of Robert Hambrecht. Now, think back to Nick the service driver's encounter and the description he gave of the young man who was with Kiely. And keep in mind, and a lot of you haven't seen this, but in the members only video that AWP released, Nick specifically said that the young woman introduced herself as Kiely. And had people don't listen. They keep saying, well, I never saw that. Well, yeah, unless you looked at the members only version of the video, you didn't see it. All right? But it was in the members only. All right, anyway. What was his description? He said it was a tall, slender kid with a San Francisco Giants baseball cap, a black SF Giants baseball cap, and brown hair sticking out of his underneath the cap a little. Now, these pictures I got off of, well, actually it was on, I guess it was on TikTok, but it was posted on YouTube. But I find it really interesting. If you Google his name, if you Google Nick Hambrecht, you don't find any current pictures of him at all. Now, there was one picture of him possibly posted by his family, I don't know, which is, you'll see him there with the deer that he got. All right? And that looks like it definitely an older picture because his hair ain't that short anymore. And then there's another picture from someone named R. Jean's Twitter account, which may or may not be him. I think it probably is, just since when I did the search, it came up under his name. Now, normally these kids have their pictures plastered all over, and you can generally, find dozens of pictures of them, no matter who you run. So I know current ones of him. Kind of weird. Now, I was kind of intrigued by this picture posted by R. Jean, the one that shows him without a hat, just with the long hair, if that's him, which I kind of think probably is. Anyway, I got kind of intrigued by this picture, so I started looking at some other things that she posted on Twitter. And I actually found it quite revealing. In fact, it really makes me wonder if she posted the picture of him and the other things she posted to try to say something without coming right out and saying something. Hang on, I need to put my phone on silent. I already thought I already did, but apparently I didn't, so I don't want it making any more noise. There we go. All right, so let's look at some of the other things that she posted on there. And I imagine you're going to find this quite interesting. I know I sure did. All right. And oh, yeah, and by the way, also keep in mind that she posted all this right along with the things that she was posting about Kiely. The picture of Nate there, if that is Nate, that was posted along with the other stuff that she'd posted about Kiely. So, was she trying to tell us something? Look at this. Lake Tahoe killings. She posts that. Look at where she drew the arrows. Okay, where she drew the arrows. Hang on, this thing is okay. Hang on. I got this page is scrolling on me, and I don't know why. Okay. It's the devil. Okay, let's see here. All right, let me get back here. Okay. Says the body had been weighted down with chains and binding material, and the cause of death appears to be a ligature strangulation, with the time of death being estimated at 6 to 8 weeks prior to her body being found, according to the release. Okay, the next thing that she has an arrow drawn. She had a cord tightly wrapped around her neck. I think it's 2 times. The arrow's in the way. 2 times, and the coroner could not rule out the fact that she may have been bound together with, I guess, this other chick, Marilyn Putt, according to police. The cause of death appears to be ligature strangulation, with the time of death being estimated at 6 to 8 weeks prior to her body being found. All right, now the next thing. Investigators believed both victims were kidnapped. Now notice she has an arrow pointed right to that word. Kidnapped and held captive for approximately 3 months in an unknown location. I can't read that. Something between South Lake Tahoe and Placerville. All right. And then she also, look what she points to. Putt was closely associated with several leading members of the Church of Scientology at the time of her death, and investigators asked someone associated with the church in the South Lake Tahoe area in the late 1970s and early 1980s to contact Chief Investigator Robert Corley, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. All right, so this is really faint for me. I'm really having a hard time reading it, so bear with me. Okay. All right, then a post on medium.com, which Robert Hambrecht is a part of. He's got a post on there. And is also a part of which Evan Williams, one of the founders of Twitter, founded this medium.com. Notice what she's got circled. Some locals think Kiely was at the Truckee River RV Park gas station in Eastside Delhi, blah, 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 Herschel Road. It's a place with cheap gas that Kiely stopped there to fill up her CRE. All right. And then the next post, hang on, I got a sneeze stuck. Nose is burning. All right. She then posts a picture of the store itself with an arrow showing, the name of the store. Okay. So this gal's very thorough. You're going to see by the time we get done that I really think she's got a message and that she's trying to say something without having to come right out and say it and get in trouble. All right, then, next thing she has is she has this newspaper clipping. Well, actually, not newspaper. It's from online. Well, online newspaper. Showing the Fox News clip with the picture of the search efforts. They're down at the lake. All right? And then she has what looks like a reply to a tweet from the Nevada County Sheriff's Office. Okay, so anyway, it's about the pathology toxicology report. Okay? There's Jason Klinkenbeer. I think he's the public information officer for that other people have contacted, I believe, if I remember right. Or he's the chief deputy coroner, I guess. Sergeant Jason Klinkenbeer, chief deputy coroner. All right, so then one picture that I find very telling, and I'm sure you will too. She posts this collage of Sammy wearing the same outfit as the girl in the store photo. And then to the right, there's a picture of Kiely, which I believe she posted that to show that Kiely's hair is completely different than the girl in the store photo. Yeah, that's what I said and what a lot of you said. A ton of you have said that. All right? Funny that she posts this. All right. Then she posts this screenshot from a live feed from the CNY family. And you notice the title of the one she chose, which to me, it makes me feel that it echoed her sentiments about this case. Like, what's going on? The next thing she posts is this screenshot about Lindsay filing the complaint against the petition we have going. Kiely's parent filed a complaint against our petition. All right, now, these next posts are kind of freaky, but extremely interesting at the same time. And the question I'm asking is, why would she post these? Well, I think I know why, and you probably do too. Check these out. First one is this: Wiccan goddess and gods. And I'm not going to read through that. It's just, I just want you to see that. You know, I just find it interesting she posts that. Now, this next one is even more telling to me. And does it remind you of anything? Yeah. Yeah, oftentimes a Wiccan funeral will be held in a forest, garden, or seaside location in order to ensure a peaceful transition. All right. Anyway, if you want to take a screenshot of this off of here, you can. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. I'm just, showing. She posts that thing, and then she posts this. And I think it's pretty clear the message that she's trying to send. Because the next thing she posts right after this one that we're looking at now is, ta-da! Kindred Art and Folk Institute is with Lindsay Neiman and 3 others at Lost Trail Lodge. This from 6 years ago. I thought it said 2018, but I guess it says 2016, so it's from 6 years ago. Inspired journey with creative empowerment. Yep. So what does she do? This gal who is from the area and knows his family is tying this picture to the Wiccan stuff. All right. I'd venture to guess that picture there's probably from her Facebook account. I don't know. I find it interesting that she ties all that together. And then this one last picture is taken somewhere. Have no idea where, but if I were to guess, use your imagination. Maybe initials LTL. And I'm not talking less than truckload. Folks, I think this is obviously more than just a coincidence. There's a reason this gal posted all these things and why she chose specifically what she chose. And I think she posted these things here as a cry for us to pay attention, or for someone to pay attention. I think the fact that she posted stuff off of YouTube, probably to get our attention. Because all this was linked back to that picture of the boy with long hair, which came up when I did the image search for Nate Hambrick. Like I say, I don't know, I can't tell you 100% that the image is of him, but that's what came up when I did the search, and then it led back to all these other screenshots that I just showed you. So, what does all that mean? Well, a while back I did a video entitled, Was Kiely Pregnant? And that was in reference to the report on the death certificate saying the results were unknown or inconclusive. And that was because the body decomposition coupled with the effect of being in the water for 2 weeks would have made it virtually impossible for a yes or no answer to be conclusive. Also, the thought that just popped into my head, what better way of making sure that the body couldn't show something like that than to put it in the water? Just saying. So, I bet you know where I'm going with this already. Think back to the description of the young man Nick, the service guy, described as being with her. Now, if that was Kiely with him, which I fully believe it was, did she have a reason to be scared? Is there the possibility that Kiely indeed was pregnant and had revealed that to him? Keep in mind, if this young man was Nate, this is a very, very prominent family there. Powerful family. This is a family who would be highly embarrassed if their son had impregnated the 16-year-old girl. So, being an ex-cop, I have to ask this question. Did she tell him she was pregnant? Did they discuss doing away with the baby? Now, I'm not saying this is the case, but as a cop, with anything that's possibly foul play, you have to establish a motive. First order of business, people. You're not ever going to get a conviction without a motive. Now, personally, I don't think she OD'd on anything. I don't think she drove into the lake. I don't believe she took her own life. The fact is, there was a reason she avoided the guy she was with and he kept chasing her around the car to keep her from talking to Nick by herself. He'd go to one side, she'd run to the other side. He'd come over there, she'd run back to the other side, constantly trying to stay away from him. And I don't think it was to hide a body in the back. It makes no sense. Now, I believe that this could be a very feasible explanation why the families are so scared. This could be the reason that the other kids were told not to speak up. I know there have been a lot of people who have gone over the page, the Truckee Way, from Truckee's website, so I'm not going to go over it in great detail here. It's there for anybody to read on the city website. But I do want to read just a couple of excerpts from that document, which I think are very pertinent. All right? First one says, everyone working for the town and making decisions is committed to a no surprises policy. Early warning of potential problems or upcoming issues is mandatory. All right. Next statement. The town views itself as a part of a larger family which makes up the community. Boy, we've never heard that word before, have we? When a community concern arises, the town believes its role is to reach out and actively engage all segments of the community in an open and transparent dialogue. Yeah. Now, it could be an innocent statement, But then again, look at what we've seen. It says here, separate the people from the problem. No personal attacks or assignment of blame. Focus on the interests of those involved and not positions they may take. The process looks for a wise, which is in quotes, for a wise, why did they put that in quotes? For a wise outcome that tries to meet multiple interests. So, I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm hypothesizing. However, there has to be a reason why 78%, if that's true, and like I said, I don't know how we can confirm that, but that's what's been said. But there has to be a reason why 78% of the people believe it's foul play, but are afraid to come forward. And there has to be a reason why they told their kids to keep quiet and not get involved. And it has to be a good reason. Now, as far as I know, 2 plus 2 still equals 4. So put 2 and 2 together. Take care.